What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. We're here with another episode of the Southampton career mode. This is episode 4, and we're kicking off with another Premier League game. And right now, we're getting onto our biggest test of the Premier League season. Of course, we played. We started against Burnley. We played Everton, Leicester City. I mean, there are some mid-table sides, some decent opposition. But now we're starting off against Liverpool, and we have a Carabao Cup game against Chelsea following this one. So we have two big challenges, but this one is by far the biggest challenge with it being a Premier League fixture. You can look at the lineup and you see it's more of the same, and we actually decided to go with Gabbiadini up front. Gabbiadini, I felt, when I played Gabbiadini up front with Redmond and Vasquez either side of him, I really like the fluidity between them because they automatically, and it has nothing to do with the tactics that I've set up, but they automatically kind of decide to interchange. Sometimes I find Redmond down the middle, Gabbiadini out wide left. Sometimes Vasquez finds himself in the middle. And I feel like if I use someone like Charlie Austin, maybe Danny Ings, even Shane Long, they won't necessarily do that. But two early chances for both sides. Big one right here for Mo Salah as he finds space at the back post. Mo Salah, we have to mark closer than that. We already know Mo Salah's the dangerous dude. Like, we gotta be on Mo Salah. I also want to shout out and say thank you for all the support that we've been seeing throughout this series. I mean, every single comment, every like is appreciated. Firmino right there, Bobby Firmino, my favorite of the Liverpool players, coming very close with an acrobatic effort. Maybe Vestergaard maybe go do a little bit better. I mean, but he did do enough to put off Firmino. I feel like if Vestergaard wasn't there, Firmino would have found the back of the net. Vasquez is dispossessed down this left-hand side, but Lamina picks it up, and he's just too strong for Robertson right there. Finds Vasquez right at the end of the half. 49 minutes on the clock, you see right there, into extra time. Deep into extra time, and I do like, that's a little feature that they got, that you can actually go past the allotted time of added time. It's something little, but I do like it. But Vasquez finding himself in behind the top scorer for the team. And you do see right there, if you rewind it back a little bit, it seemed to me like Robertson was pulling back Vasquez. But we are on the ascendancy. Højbjerg on the ball right now, finding Gabbiadini. No one in front of him to look for. Decides to bend it around Van Dijk. And Manolo Gabbiadini finding the back of the net right there. Opening the scoring at Anfield. And the decision to put Gabbiadini on up front paid off, because usually what I would do, look at this effort right here from Gabbiadini, bending it around both the defender and the keeper in off the post, getting himself another goal. Well, he didn't bend it around Van Dijk, he actually went through his legs. But usually in a game against big opposition or away from home, I would play Charlie Austin. He kind of suits that a bit more, holding up the ball, a little bit more of a traditional striker. But this one, like I said, I like that fluidity, and Liverpool aren't necessarily the best team defensively, so I felt like we could definitely exploit them defensively, and if anything, try and outscore them rather than like kind of trying to sit back like you would against a regular, I say regular, but like you know what I mean, a team like Chelsea or Man United or some. Liverpool are a lot more susceptible defensively, but Salah is still trying to break us down, coming letting off shots. It's bouncing around inside the box. Someone tries a bicycle kick there. It's still bouncing around. Eventually falls to Fabinho, and his volley is blocked again. Liverpool still pressing though. It's Gini Wijnaldum messing around with it on the edge of the box. Naby Keita finds Wijnaldum again. He slides it into the box. Vestergaard intercepts, but makes a huge critical error. A huge critical error right there. That's something we can't see Vestergaard doing that, man. He can't do that. He can't do that. 88 minutes on the clock, and Liverpool equalise. And right there, I mean, if you pause the game, at a certain point, you look at our defensive shape, and it's just not all there to begin with. But Vestergaard, once he gets his foot on that ball, it's got to go. It's got to go. You can't be, you shouldn't even really be getting your foot on the ball. You got to clear that first time, get that out of the danger zone. Klopp looks like a relieved man. And Bobby Firmino scores his third goal of the Premier League season to make sure Liverpool get a point out of this one. Is it a fair result? Probably, to be honest, but with it being 1-0 to us 88 minutes into the game, it's always a little bit of a disappointment to not win the game. I mean, if you take the lead in any game, if you don't take the 3 points, it's always a little bit of a disappointment. But to be leading 88 minutes in and not take all 3 points, that's always a little bit disappointing. But if you'd offered me a point from Anfield at the beginning of the game, I probably would have taken it. Anfield, for me, is probably the hardest place to go and play, especially when Liverpool are actually good. Like, I mean, during the time when Liverpool had fell off, Anfield was still a difficult place to go, but it wasn't what it is now. I mean, that game against PSG, Anfield is rocking. Like, that shit is loud. Yeah, I ain't even there, and I can hear them fans, man. But like I did mention, we got a game now against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. If you look at this lineup, they really didn't treat it like a Carabao Cup game. Like, I mean, they got Zappacosta at right back, they got Hector in centre back. That's about all you could say for the players who probably shouldn't be there. We decided to make a few changes though. Excuse me. We decided to make a few changes. Give a few players a chance. Jan Valery again at right back. Target left back. James Ward-Prowse coming in the middle, and then a front three of El Unici, Almiron, and oh, excuse me, and Charlie Austin up front. I see a comment telling me to start Danny Ings, and I did ask who you guys think are the best players at Southampton. Said Danny Ings is the best, and start Danny Ings. Danny Ings, I mean, you gotta perform. Like I say, everybody will get their chance, but as you've seen, Gabbiadini. Like I said, Gabbiadini probably is my first option to start up front now. Charlie Austin probably the second. So Danny Ings, when he gets his chance, is going to have to prove it. Like I said, no one staked their claim in pre-season to really start. So when he gets his games, he's going to have to really perform, Danny Ings. So right now is not his time. I think he was on the bench for this one. Either him or Shane Long. El Unici doing real good. A very nice effort from range, forcing the save out of Kepa Arrizabalaga. It's a good save from the keeper. Getting a strong hand to it, punching it wide. You see Jan Valery picked up a little knock as Chelsea come forward. 34 minutes of the game. Victor Moses is a really good header right there. But from that kind of range, you're not really going to generate enough power. I think it was Kante as well. Not the best header in the world. Stevens gets caught right here in a horrible position. Morata loses it though. And Target playing a risky pass to Almiron, and we lose it again. It eventually finds its way to Moses, who pulls it back to Morata. And the boy ain't playing. Morata ain't playing with his finish. 51 minutes in, we got a goal down. And that's just a calamity of defensive mistakes. A whole plethora of defensive fuck-ups right there. And you see Gunn, who started goal, disappointed that his clean sheet was pretty much thrown away by his defense. We can't be... Twice we lost the ball in dangerous positions. We was let off the first time when Stephens was dispossessed. And then the second time, Morata said, nah, you can't be doing this. I'm like, you have to learn your lesson. And he absolutely slams it into the back of the net, the Spaniard, to put Chelsea 1-0 up. 72 minutes in, Morata did come off for Giroud, and Giroud trying a little bit of a fancy speculative effort. He probably would have served better if he played it back out wide to the guy who played the corner and then got himself back into the box where he's obviously at his strongest. 76 minutes in now, James Ward-Prowse, we have a corner of our own, whips it into the box to our own substitute. Chelsea's substitute came off the bench, couldn't find it back in the net, and look who it is. It's that man Sam Gallagher. He came off the bench in the last Carabao Cup game to find the back of the net, and finds it back in the net in this one. We've also, along with Danny Ings, we've generally just had a lot of suggestions in the comments for striking positions, and whilst a lot of them are generally some good shouts, and I am someone, I like to keep my cards close to my chest when it comes to talking about transfers that we're going to make. So I'm not going to say whether I'm going to go for certain players or not. You're just going to have to wait and see. However, striking is probably the last position we need to strengthen at this club. At least right now. I mean, certain players like Danny Ings is on loan as Giroud forces a save out of Gun. And you see what Giroud thinks about that, where he should have found it back in the day. He should have at least tested the keeper a little bit more. That one's gone straight at the keeper. So much space. That's as free as a header as you're ever going to get. That's as free as a header as you're ever going to get. And the game did go to penalties, and Eden Hazard chipping it over the bar. And you see, I had to speed this one up in my penalties that was actually in this. I'm noticing penalty shootouts are probably a little bit more broken than they ever were. I've never liked penalties. I like the system in terms of how you take them, but I don't like the fact that really if the keeper goes the right way, 9 times out of 10, probably 9.5 times out of 10, he's going to save it. It doesn't matter how far into the corner you put it. If the keeper dives the right way, he's going to save it unless you put a lot of power on it and like absolutely run through the shot. But you see, a lot of saves, because again, if the keeper dives the right way, he's gonna save the penalty. That one not particularly, but like that one, that's a top penalty, and I've saved it. Just no reason in particular. Again, that was a very good penalty from Yoshida, saved just because like there's nothing you can really do other than this one. Like I had to take a step back, sprint up to that shit, and just lace through it. Like, and I don't like that. I feel like you should be able to finesse a penalty, tuck it in the corner, and the keeper shouldn't really be able to save it. Matt Target this time. That's a brilliant penalty. But again, if the keeper dived the right way, he probably would have saved that. And now 5-4. You see how many penalties have been missed in this one. And Stevens, the final penalty, saved by Arif Balaga. And Chelsea are going to go through and knock aside the Carabao Cup. A little bit disappointed. I mean, it's nothing huge. But again, I'm not... A lot of people don't really take Carabao Cup seriously. For me, every cup is a cup. Like, if we win the Carabao Cup, then we've won a trophy, and that's big. Like, so I did want to win it, and I was really taking it seriously. But again, as well, at the same time, it's a chance to give youth players a look in and some game. But also another chance right there, as it's already gone off the screen. Sam Gallagher is going to be going to Galatasaray on loan at January, along with Benarek, obviously. We already knew he was going away. And Jack Rose also going out on loan in January when the transfer window opens. So I mean, Sam Gallagher, we've been training him a little bit. His chance is going to come when he goes out on loan. I mean, I don't have to keep saying it. As a player that I really like, I would like for him to get up to a decent overall, for him to at least play a bit part role in this series, even if it's sitting on the bench a lot. Only playing a few games. But again, another Premier League game. James Ward-Prowse got himself a start. Was impressed with how he played in that cup game. In the few games that he's played, I have been impressed with him. Against Wolves now, the ball falls to Gabbiadini into James Ward-Prowse. He slides it into Nathan Redmond, who bags a succulent, that's the word we're going with, succulent finish. Right there you see FIFA, they genuinely just, they be throwing some random celebrations out. Like, I don't think Nathan Redmond does backflips, does he? I feel like he, nah, I don't know, for some reason I feel like he used to, but I don't know, like, but that is a beautiful, I love that kind of finish right there. Ball's coming across the body, you're kind of running to meet the ball, and you just finesse it and just whip it. You just whip it. You meet the ball, and you just wrap your foot around it. Far post, nice little swerve, finesse on it. And Nathan Redmond has really surprised me. 4 goals already secured in the Premier League. This man, like I said, sometimes we find him right in the middle, and I like it. Gabbiadini dropped a little bit deep that time, and I love that interchangeability between these front three when I play them all together. So Wolves trying to come back from behind now, and they do exactly that 61 minutes in. I mean, there wasn't too much going on in the first half. There wasn't too much going on in the second half. As you see, the first highlight of the second half is this goal right here, and it is Mason who finds the back of the net for Wolves and pulls one back. So, I mean, we have to get ourselves, we don't want to drop another lead in this episode. Like I said, it's not nearly as disappointing as dropping the lead in the 88th minute, but at the same time, this is a game that I feel like I should be winning, despite the fact that, of course, we are using a team who probably around the same level in terms of Southampton finishing really low last season. But the next chance we got, we was just ruthless. Again, it is Gabbiadini getting on the score sheet. Not only Gabbiadini getting on the score sheet, but again, it's Nathan Redmond being an absolute menace down the left-hand side, getting down there. Some nice little play between the two. 1-2 with him and Højbjerg. And Nathan Redmond just powered it down the line, beautifully pulled back. And to be honest, triple tap crosses are back this year. I did complain that they, obviously we all know triple tap crosses were real OP back in the day in FIFA. Last year they were absolutely useless. And I keep saying it, they might as well have not been in the game. Like, they were pathetic last year. Like, you could not score from a triple tap cross. You couldn't. You couldn't. If you did, you are God to score from a triple tap cross. But I feel like this year they brought it back, and it's not OP. It's kind of where it needs to be. It works sometimes. Defenders know how to stop it now. But you see, Premier League Player of the Month shortlist. We've got Gabbiadini in there, Roberto Firmino, Nathan Redmond. I just missed the whole list, but Gabbiadini is the man who secured it. 2 goals in this episode, 1 against Liverpool, 1 obviously just there to win the match against Wolves and he did score 1 in the last episode also. So 3 goals in a month total, and we end the episode in 2nd place, and we do play Chelsea in the very next game to open up the next episode. Bournemouth are also up here as well, who we play in the next episode also. So the table's looking a little bit upside down, if I'm honest with you. Man City in 10th, Liverpool in 17th. Now, obviously, it's relatively early, but we're getting to that point where you really start to gauge the table. 10 games in is where you really start to look at the table and go, okay, this team is looking good, this team is looking not so good. So we'll see Liverpool in 17th place, still yet to secure their first win of the season. And of course, they secured that point from us late on. If they didn't get that point, they would have been in the relegation zone right now. So it's looking real tough, and same to be said, if we didn't score that late winner against Wolves, Liverpool again still would have been in the relegation zone. So it's looking tough for them and behind their rivals in Everton. But like I said one more time, thank you for all the support on this series so far. Just to say, like, y'all go ahead and leave a like. I mean, if there's one thing you could do a little bit better, you could leave them likes on the video. Also, comment. I did leave a comment in my last video that a press conference is coming soon. Probably in the beginning of the next episode, I'm gonna put my little suit on, you know, and do a little press conference before the episode starts. So any questions you have, we got a couple already, but any more questions you have to be thrown into that, go ahead and leave them down below, and I'll get to them on camera, in the suit, lights on me, you know, journalists on me. But thank you guys for enjoying. I hope you're enjoying this series. I'm loving it, and it's going to keep going strong. We march on. That's the tagline.